Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? This is an important and a must question which is being asked in every interview. This is an elimination question, and if you answer this properly, chances of your success in the interview skyrockets. So it is very important that you not only know how to answer this question, but also what to avoid, what to say, what not to say. In this video, I'm going to share with you all that tips. 10 solid tips of what should you say along with sample answers, what not to say, and what you need to emphasize when you are being asked this question. First, let's understand why any interviewer asks this question. He asks this question to understand three things. First, what is your career vision? Do you have any vision for yourself? Have you made plan? How are you planning your career and what you want to learn and how you want to grow in that career? Second, are you fitting into that company? For example, if there is a startup company where you are going for interview and you talk about you will be working in that company for 10 years, you may not be culturally fit in that organization. Similarly, if you go in a traditional company, then you need to talk about longer tenure, more durability, and career growth. And third thing which the company sees, whether your career aspiration is to grow faster, reach greater heights, or you want to learn, you want to stick with that company and grow. So these are three things which is being evaluated when this question is being asked. This may not be a selection question, but this definitely is a rejection question. Now, you must know what should you focus. The first thing to focus on that company, growth in that company. You can answer that you want to learn more competency, you want to work in different function and grow in that company. Your super ambition should not be reflected in your answer. The second thing which you need to focus, you need to tailor-made your answer. For example, depending on the sector, depending on the kind of industry and depending on the kind of role where you are going to give interview, you need to customize those answers, and we will be talking about those sample answers very, very soon. Third thing is you need to keep it positive and forward looking. Don't dwell upon what mistakes you have done and how you did not grow in your previous company. Look at forward looking. What are you trying to do? What you want to learn, and how have you planned your career? How have you planned to acquire those competency and grow in that organization? There are few things which you must avoid. The first thing to avoid is don't be vague. I will figure out, sir. I have not thought about it. This gives a very negative impression that if somebody is not serious about his own career, how he will be serious about the company. The second thing, you need not focus while answering this question, focusing on too many promotions. What is your promotion policy, sir? Why do you give promotion in 3 years? I'm a super competent person. I'm a super performing person. Can you promote in 1 year? Don't focus too much on promotions. Focus on career growth. Focus on learning. How will you acquire those competency and make the company grow you? The third thing to avoid is unrealistic expectations. Many a times I have seen the candidates, when they are being asked this question, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? They say, I want to be on your chair. Now, suppose you are an executive and the person who is conducting your interview is a vice president. It is practically not possible to reach vice president position in 5 years' time. So your answer need to be very, very realistic. Now let's talk about 10 tips. How do you answer these questions and sample answers? The first tip is align your goal with that company and that job, that particular role. For example, when answering your question, you can say that in 5 years, I see myself growing within that company, ideally taking more responsibility in the area of human resources or marketing or strategy, whatever is your function. I'm excited about this opportunity to develop my skill in the area of human resources, marketing or strategy, whatever role you are going to give interview for, and contribute to the team's success and in the process grow. This should be your answer. The second tip is be realistic about your ambition. As I said earlier, also currently, depending on your current level, for example, if you are currently a sales manager, you can think of a functional head, you can think of being a plant head. You cannot think of being a CXO, or you cannot think being a CEO of that organization. So your expectation should be realistic when you are answering to this question. Your response could be, I envision myself building expertise in the area of marketing or strategy or supply chain, whatever is your role, and progressing to a senior position. I'm aware that it takes time, and I'm focused on gaining the experience and knowledge to get there. By answering this, you are not specifically mentioning a position. You are keeping it open, because company may have a process or policy of job rotation. Company may have a planning for your career growth. So by mentioning one particular role, you are stopping your growth, or you are giving an impression that you are not open for other roles. And hence, you should not be very, very specific while answering this question. And you should be very, very realistic when you are answering this question. The third thing which you need to focus on skill development rather than promotion. I have seen many candidates who ask, what is the promotion policy? Will I get promotion in 2 years if I perform very well? When the moment you ask about promotion, which means it is giving an impression that you are coming from a entitlement mentality, that 3 साल में promotion मिलना चाहिए या 4 साल में promotion मिलना चाहिए, and you will not be focused on the gaining competency or on performance. Don't give that impression. The sample answer could be, in 5 years, I see myself having honed my skills in project management, leadership. I'm passionate about continuous learning, developing myself, acquiring more competency, and I hope to bring that knowledge to more complex project, which will help me doing higher level responsibility for that organization. How are you adding value to the company is more important than what do you want. The fourth thing which you need to express in the interview, show your commitment that you want to work for that company, you want to grow in that company. It should not give an impression that if you don't get growth, then you might leave the company. Your response could be, I see myself being a dedicated member of the team, taking on more responsibilities and contributing to the growth of the company. I'm excited about the idea of advancing my career within this organization. So that is an impression which you should give. The fifth tip is you need to be flexible, because once you answer this question, there may be certain counter question from his side. So you need to be flexible, flexible in terms of career, flexible in terms of role, flexible in terms of opportunities, locations. These are 3-4 things which you need to show your flexibility at the time of interview. Your response could be, in 5 years, I hope to have advanced in my career, but I am also open to exploring different opportunities within the company where there is a leadership role or a specialization in a particular area. By saying this, you are giving options to that company that you are not only willing to learn more, but you are also open for more areas in that company, and which gives that manager, that company, a flexibility to plan your career. The sixth thing which you need to keep in mind, that your answer should be focused towards industry, focused towards role, and in that company. You should not go all over the place. For example, your answer could be, in 5 years, I see myself being an expert in my industry, human resources, marketing, technology, whatever industry you are working in, helping the company stay ahead of competition and adopt to new advancement. Remember, I am not asking for myself anything, but I am saying that I would do so much job, I would add on so much competency that it will add value to the company. It will add value to the role which I am performing, which means I am giving an indication that if I do that, obviously company will think about my growth, my promotion in that organization. The next tip is don't be too specific. It is important to provide direction that I want to grow in that organization. I want to grow in the area of marketing, or I want to go in the area of strategy, or I want to go in the area of human resources. The direction needs to be there, but don't mention the goalpost. For example, you want to become general manager of HR or general manager of marketing or vice president of supply chain. Do not mention these positions. Just provide the direction that depending on the competency, my performance, I'm sure that I'm going to do wonderful job for the organization, and I'm sure the organization is going to take care of me. This kind of answer is going to create more impact than giving a specific answer. The last tip in this series is stay humble yet ambitious. You must say that you would be performing in that company very, very well. And I'm sure that based on your performance, the company is going to provide you enriched role. Company is going to take care of your career as you are planning to take care of that role, that company's profitability. So if you need to provide ambitious number also, don't say that based on the company policy, sir. I'm sure company would have certain policy for promotions. Don't say that. That says that you don't have a direction for yourself. You are not ambitious, and hence you may not be performing that well. So keep in mind these answers when any interviewer asks you, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years' time? It is important to be humble. It is important to give an impression that you will be acquiring a lot of competency, you will be doing hard work, and you will be taking care of that company. In turn, the company will take care of your career, your growth in that organization. I hope if you find this video useful, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and do give your comment. I'm very, very excited to have your comment. If you have any questions where I can answer, or if you want any sample answer, ask that in the comment box, and I'll be more than happy to share my experience with all of you. I wish you all the best. May you have a great career ahead.